Fish on, fish on. Ugh. Alright guys, today we're out here fishing at my normal spot and we're using this lure right here. I caught a big bass on it not too long ago, so I'll put in a picture of it probably about a week ago, but let's see what we can catch. Do you guys see that big snapping turtle right there? Holy moly. Holy crap, that's kind of scary. Around here we call that one Big Mama because of how big it is. This is not a very heavy stocked bass pond, so it's either we get lucky or we don't, pretty much. But the pond's huge and they could really be anywhere, so gotta have faith in your equipment. The one I caught a few days ago on this lure, probably like 2.5 pounds. It was pretty decent. Try over here. Other than bass, what are you guys catching on this lure? Comment down below. What are you guys catching on this little minnow here? During the summer though, this pond is crazy with bluegill. It's almost too much. I mean, you drop anything down, it's like piranhas in the Amazon. They just all go after and it's crazy. Those look pretty good in the water. I just got a bite. Oh. Whether just had a bite or got a snag. Probably a snag. So I think there's a bite in there for some reason. Alright. Nothing's working right here, so I want to move over there and I'll pick up the camera once I get back over there. So as you can see, this is a bass that I caught and the lure is actually in his mouth right there. And you can see that that's the one I was using today. So anyways, back to the video. Alright, we're coming up on our second spot of the first pond today. I do know that over here it's very shallow, so I don't know how well it's going to be for fishing, but all you can do is try. Let's get that cast out there in the middle. Usually when I pull up here, there's a bunch of turtles sitting in the mud. But not today. It's pretty cold out today. I think it's like the low 50s. So it's pretty chilly, and with the wind gusts. There's orioles in the background. Good thing about this lure here is it's pretty much weedless. I mean, it's not treble, single hook, but it's just glides through everything with ease. That's why I love this thing. I've caught probably more than 90% of my bass on this lure here. Maybe here we'll work into a top water as it gets later in the evening. Let's hope I'm not getting covered in ticks. Alright, so usually when I'm fishing, I bring a container, set that down, with some of everything. Instead of bringing a whole tackle box, you can see I have one of those that I'm actually using right now. One of those, got a crawl. This crawl, dude, it's been through some stuff. You can see its back treble is now a double, and that thing's bent crazy out of shape. So one of my previous videos, I talked about this lure right here. So we're gonna give it a go and see what happens. All right, now we got this thing hooked on. I'm using a swivel and then a little split shot, and the swivel is life-changing when you need to quickly change your lure, especially in like those deep sea people, like black tip fishing. They gotta change stuff quick, and it takes more than at least 10 minutes to tie on stuff and untie stuff and things like that, especially when you have a big group of blockfin tuna or mahi. What am I talking about? This is a freshwater pond, just so you know. It's got snagged, I had a bite. Dude, this thing looks great in the water. I don't know how well you guys can see. Ugh, I think I just put a knot on my rod. Guys, comment down below the biggest fish you've ever caught, whether it's a species or if it's a bass and how many pounds. But comment down below what the biggest fish you've caught. Biggest fish I've caught, probably like 3 pounds. Now it's a bass, but there's another pond that I fish that has ginormous bluegill, like pound bluegill. And it's just crazy how fish that are so small can get so big. Alright, I think we're going to change spots because nothing's too active over here and it is pretty shallow, like I was saying earlier. So we'll give it a go probably over there, and if not, I'll walk all the way back around and meet over there. Because over there it's like a mud pit and I'm in Crocs. So I'll catch you guys over there once I change my bait, my lure, and I'm all settled in and I've made it over there alive. So I'll do that right. Alright, so I decided not to go all the way back over there because, dude, summer is coming and stuff is getting thick. So I don't feel like bleeding everywhere, so I'm just going to go back over here. And there's actually what we call a snake pit right down here. And in the summer, it's like something out of Indiana Jones. So I don't know if it's too cold, but I'll try and get you guys. Hopefully we can see a snake slithering through here. Just like an overflow drain, but sometimes there's a whole bunch of snakes in here. because it overflows from that pond and all the fish. But I don't see any today. So we're not going to waste time there. I'm going to show you the new lure that I put on. This is my second favorite lure. It is a top water, but I've caught fish just below the surface, reeling in quite fast. It is a red and silver slant top water. If you guys know the actual name of this, comment down below, because I have absolutely no idea. And I made a video with it not too long ago, a short. Go check it out. And this thing, when it's in action, it's hard for them not to bite. So hopefully those spring bass are ready to eat, because I'm ready to catch them. So let's get it. Alright guys, I'm walking up on another drainage. Sometimes there's a bunch of stuff in here, sometimes there's not. So let's see if there is anything. Don't see anything in here. Bunch of trash. Just had a big storm come through not too long ago, so it definitely explains all the trash. But let's start fishing. I'm gonna try and cast out there past all the rocks and stuff. Oh, yeah, that was pretty good. And then reel in like a bait fish, something coming in. A couple stories for you guys. One time I was fishing at the pond where I caught the bass that I put in the video earlier, and I had an absolute giant slam on top water, and dude, that thing came right off and took my lure with it. That was pretty traumatic. Dramatic or dramatic? It was traumatizing, because that was a big bass and slipped away. That's why I make sure I get a good hook set now. Leave some comments down below for some challenges or fishing challenges you guys want to see, like only using certain lure or using the smallest lure. I have a little, they're very distracting, pair of geese that always come over here and chillax. But ooh, as I was saying, if you guys have any video ideas, comment them down below, because as a content creator, I do not know what to post. I don't know what you guys want to see, so definitely comment that down below. We can do a smallest lure I have, biggest lure I have. I have a lure that's smaller than the size of my pinky fingernail. So also, yeah, tell me how you guys would work this thing. Would you just slowly reel it in like this, or would you pop it a couple times, jig it? Comment down below for sure. Oh. Cast a little bit. Looks like we have some company joining us. Dude, those things, crazy. Oh, you can see that snapping turtle out there behind my lure. Alright, nothing too interesting is happening right now, so I will turn off the camera for now, and if anything interesting happens, I'll turn it back up. but yeah. Last cast, and we'll probably move around, change it up a bit. Summer's right around the corner. Pretty happy about that. Went turkey hunting yesterday, and you guys will have to watch the video when it comes out to see what happened. So, nothing's happening right now, but I will see you guys in 1 second. It's looking somewhat thick over here too, but we'll see what we can do. During the night over here, it is bullfrog mayhem. Hear it from across the neighborhood. So loud they are. And it's wet over here. And I'm afraid of copperheads, bro. You don't understand. Where I live, these things are scary to us. A lot of pollen on the pond right there. That was not where I was wanting that to go. That's okay. We'll make it work. Just a second ago, I was talking about going across the pond and cast over into that general direction, but just too thick to get up in there, and really was trying to keep my legs looking good, not nice, not bad, and I just cast into the cattails. Oh. Okay, well, got my lure back. Dude, am I not a pro angler? A lot of people I see and a lot of my friends, if something like that happens, they just automatically cut their line. But it's too much effort to redo it, so you really gotta, that's like your last resort, but for them, that's their first resort. And I just don't get it. No, crap. I'm not very good with calculating how far it'll land. So, at that pond I'm always talking about where I keep catching all those bass, there's like an island, and every single time I either cast onto the island or hit a tree on the island or something like that, but alright, we're gonna switch it up here. Alright guys, fortunately nothing happened while quote unquote ding dong ditching, but I've run out of time for today. Probably make a couple of shorts tomorrow, depending on the weather. I do have track, so not sure how that will go, but time is on the essence. Time is the most valuable thing when fishing. But nothing happened today. Be sure you like and subscribe to see more videos like this. Hopefully next time we can get more lucky than we did today. But stuff always happens when I'm not recording. So I'll do my best to start recording all the time when I'm fishing. Make sure you like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.